Welcome to Politics Review. With the 2024 elections wrapped up and Republicans coming out of the cycle undoubtedly successful, a lot of attention is turning to the 2026 midterm elections and 2028 elections, with a focus on the 2028 presidential election, as neither major party has a standout candidate to represent the party in the general election. Last week, I made a video covering potential Democratic candidates, and as Donald Trump will be term limited going into 2028, in this video, I'll cover potential Republican candidates. I'll walk through some of the prominent potential candidates, covering their backgrounds, political experience, and potential performances in 2028 Republican primary and 2028 general election. Doug Burgum has been serving as Secretary of the Interior since February 1st, 2025, and before that served as Governor of North Dakota. Before getting into politics, Burgum was a successful businessman. When Burgum was running for Governor of North Dakota, he considered himself socially moderate and fiscally conservative. Burgum supports fossil fuels, but did promise to get North Dakota to carbon neutrality by 2030, but has said energy independence is more important than addressing climate change. Despite campaigning on socially moderate policies, Burgum banned critical race theory from North Dakota schools, signed numerous transphobic and anti-LGBTQIA+ laws, and signed a near-total abortion ban in North Dakota following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Burgum ran for president in 2024, but dropped out due to insufficient donations and poor polling. It was speculated that Republican nominee Donald Trump was considering Burgum to be his vice president, but Burgum said he would not accept the vice presidency or a cabinet position. Despite this, he was nominated to be Trump's Secretary of the Interior and confirmed on January 30th. Ron DeSantis has been governor of Florida since 2019. Before he was elected governor, DeSantis was a U.S. House representative from Florida. DeSantis ran for president in 2024 but dropped out of the Republican primary and endorsed Donald Trump. DeSantis debated California Governor Gavin Newsom in 2023 as part of a long-standing feud between the governors. In 2022, after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, DeSantis signed one of the strictest abortion bans. DeSantis has repeatedly attacked LGBTQIA+ and transgender rights, leading to a feud with the Walt Disney Company, which owns Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Disney sued DeSantis after calling for the repeal of an anti-trans law. DeSantis banned sanctuary cities in Florida in 2019 and attracted controversy for sending migrants from Texas to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts after telling them they would be sent to Florida. DeSantis was polling second to Trump in the 2024 Republican primary and could be a top pick in 2028. Tulsi Gabbard is the newly appointed Director of National Intelligence, who previously served as a U.S. House Representative from Hawaii and Vice Chair of the Democratic National Committee. Gabbard was a Democrat when she was a representative from Hawaii and Vice Chair of the DNC, and when she ran for president in the 2020 Democratic primary. Gabbard dropped out of the race and endorsed Joe Biden. Gabbard left the Democratic Party in 2022 and joined the Republican Party in 2024. Gabbard has been accused of collaborating with Russia for her Russia-friendly stances on many foreign policy issues, but no evidence exists of her collaboration with Russia besides some of her stances. Some voters might not like that Gabbard was a Democrat for so long, and some might not like her pro-Russia foreign policy stances. Nikki Haley served as United States Ambassador to the United Nations for almost 2 years during Trump's first term as president. Prior to serving as ambassador to the UN, Haley served as governor of South Carolina and in South Carolina's House of Representatives. Haley ran for president in the Republican primary in 2024, and although she dropped out before Super Tuesday, received 97 of 2,429 delegates and won Vermont and Washington, D.C. Despite serving in his administration and endorsing his 2024 campaign after dropping out, Haley has maintained a complex relationship with Trump and has repeatedly been critical of him, even when serving in his cabinet, often taking more moderate stances than Trump. Haley has been identified as a moderate conservative but faced heat after failing to mention the role slavery played in the Civil War when asked about the war's causes. Haley still has potential to appeal to moderate Republicans. Brian Kemp has been serving as governor of Georgia since 2019 and chair of the Republican Governors Association since 2024. Before he was elected governor, Kemp served as Georgia's Secretary of State and before that in Georgia's State Senate. Like Haley, Kemp has a complex relationship with Donald Trump. Kemp has endorsed Trump and even praised him on numerous occasions, yet Trump has repeatedly attacked Kemp. Trump said that he regretted endorsing Kemp's 2018 gubernatorial campaign. In 2020, he called for Kemp's resignation, yet in 2021, Kemp said he would endorse Trump if he ran again in 2024. In 2022, Trump endorsed Kemp's Democratic opponent, asking her, quote, "Would you like to take his place?" and saying, quote, "It's okay with me if she did." Despite the attacks, Kemp still endorsed Trump in 2024. Marco Rubio has been Secretary of State since 2025, previously serving as a United States Senator from Florida, the Speaker of Florida's House of Representatives, and a member of Florida's House of Representatives. Rubio ran for president in 2016. He won Minnesota, Puerto Rico, and Washington, D.C. in the Republican primary, but dropped out after finishing second in his home state of Florida, losing to Donald Trump. Rubio endorsed Donald Trump and finished third overall in the primary, behind Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. Rubio was seen as a moderate choice for Secretary of State, and in contrast with other Trump nominees, received little opposition. Rubio's confirmation vote was 99-0, with many Democrats voting for his confirmation. Rubio has supported many of Trump's positions, including his more controversial expansion plans, which include a U.S. takeover of Greenland, Gaza, and other territories. J.D. Vance has been Vice President of the United States since 2025. Prior to his inauguration as Vice President, J.D. Vance represented Ohio in the U.S. Senate from 2023 to 2025. Vance aggressively opposed Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, calling Trump, quote, "America's Hitler, cultural heroine, reprehensible, a bad man, and more." Despite his initial opposition to Trump, Vance was selected to be Trump's 2024 vice presidential nominee and was inaugurated alongside Trump in 2025. Despite being Trump's vice president and considered by many to be Trump's successor to the MAGA throne, Trump has said himself that he doesn't see Vance as his successor. Although Vance may not receive Trump's endorsement, he will likely run for president in 2028. As J.D. Vance has a complex relationship with Donald Trump and is looking like the most likely Republican candidate, I will have a separate video in the near future going in more depth about J.D. Vance and a potential campaign. Other potential Republican candidates include U.S. Senator from Texas Ted Cruz, who ran in 2016 but is technically unable to be president as he was born outside of the U.S. in Canada, Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, businessman and political candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, U.S. House Representative from New York Elise Stefanik, businessman and son of Donald Trump Jr., Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, and many more. Thank you for watching. I already have a video out covering potential Democratic candidates, and you can expect a video covering potential third-party or independent candidates in the near future. Thank you.